This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, my Lord, I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah, this little light of mine, my Lord, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine till Jesus comes. I'm gonna let it shine. I'll let it shine till Jesus comes. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine till Jesus comes. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Hey, this little light of mine, Lord, I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah, this little light of mine, Lord, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine.
The elementary chapter for this year is about building our lives on the rock, which is Jesus, building our lives on God's Word, as opposed to being foolish and building our lives on lies. So we're called the Cardinal Construction Crew, and we're going to be talking about, or we have been talking about, building our lives on Jesus and what that means. And so throughout the year, we're going to be talking more and more about things with the construction theme and about building our lives on God's Word.
My students are actually in a virtual learning lesson right now. They are doing a first read with a video that goes along with the story. We're looking forward to our kids being with us this morning, but because of the circumstances, we will be virtual again this week. And we're actually okay. We're prepared for kids in person one day, virtual the next. And a lot of things contribute to us being successful to be able to do that. And one is definitely our parents and grandparents who have worked so hard to make sure their kids are up, ready to learn each day, and have been so supportive. And we're just continuing on day by day. I look forward to our first day in person in 4th grade.
Tell me how pretty it was. My name is Marsha Rourke. This is my 29th year of teaching, my first year here at Redbird. I'm teaching kindergarten. We've been virtual so far, which has been a challenge to a teacher like me who's used to doing it the old-fashioned way. But the parents and the kids have been great, and our technology has been wonderful, and so it's been going really well so far.
Hello everyone, I am Rebecca Smallwood, and I am the advisor for the SOAR Honor Society. And you know how God takes things that look like they're bad or a major disappointment and turns them into something good? Well, that's what happened with our Honor Society. For years, we were members of the National Elementary Honor Society, and then about 4 years ago, their fees increased, and we felt like we couldn't really do that anymore. So God helped us come up with our own honor society, and it's based on these 4 principles. S, serving God and others. O, outstanding Christian leadership. A, academic excellence. And R, responsible citizenship. And this allows us to not only recognize children for their leadership and their academic excellence, but also for their Christian leadership. And so that really suited our purpose way more than the National Honor Society. And we picked SOAR to represent, to stand for the cardinals soaring above and going on with their lives, to the highest. And this our emblem was designed by one of our students along with a parent. And they put the compass on there to show that the direction, to focus our direction on soaring higher in our lives in all these areas. And then at the induction ceremony, each child gets a medal with the SOAR emblem on it. And then they also earn pins to recognize their achievement in band, in performance, in their academics, the Honor Society, and also their attendance. So we try to recognize all components of leadership.
This bulletin board is representing a foundation, because we want all the kids to have a good foundation with Christ, and that's our theme this year for chapel. It's a construction theme, so we thought this would be a good theme, and the kids are going to get to make a Lego person when they come in person, and put their Lego person up out here with their names on their Legos.
Yeah. Well, I think that online's gone pretty well. We did digital team meets before the school year started, so teachers were really prepared and ready There were certain people that did teaching, the other teachers how to use Google and things like that. And that went really well. But we did not plan to be in this 5th week or so of school still online. But we understand that we can't control COVID. With that, we're giving out materials today, which did push back learning. So it does have some setbacks. But we're doing the best we can, and we'll continue to meet online until we get back to school.
Get ready, everybody. Mirror words. Sing. Find.
Is my belly button?
Funny.
Funny.
They. Do. No. All right. This week we're going to work with words that have the short O sound. Who can tell me the short O sound? Jace.
So old name.
So the short O sound is like the ah in octopus and not the O in open. So everybody say it with me. Get ready. Ah. The short O is like the O in octopus.
Handing out work for our students who are staying online next week, so that way they have all the materials they need once we start back in person to do the work along with us online.
Thought we were going to have students today, and then found out on Saturday that's not going to be possible, so we kind of had to hurry up and change things around, but things have been going pretty well. Getting used to this online stuff, it's been tricky, but everybody's doing the best they can. It's going pretty well.
Alright, so we've marked this out, so now we put the space holder 0. Now we go to the tens place. Okay, so we're going to first of all do 2 times 8, and what is that?
16.
Right, put down the 6, then we've got to put that 1 up there. So we've got to ignore that 3. Okay, so now we're looking at that 1. So 2 times 5 is?
10.
10 plus 1.
11.
Right, we'll put it right down here. Okay, then what's our last thing that we need to do then?
Addition.
Right, we're going to add them up. Okay, so 2 plus 0 is?
2.
2, good. And then 3 plus 6 is?
9.
9. And 2 plus 1 is?
3.
3. And then we just bring down the 1. Right.
Now, the little church down at Katie's Creek, in this area, has been there a long, long time. It was there long before any of the other ones. So, but there, other than that, there were really no churches. But the Methodist traveling ministers would ride through the mountains, and they would hold church in communities. And that's what basically was the only church there was. Our forefathers come across the Alleghenies, Appalachians, that had came over from Ireland and Scotland aboard the ship, and they had promised, they called it indented servants, they had promised the people who paid their way to America that they would work so many years, 7 years for their pay to get here.
89, we're going to add that to the total, to the running balance. So go ahead and do that math for me. Your beginning balance of $1,054.65, and then your paycheck was deposited on July the 9th for $767.89. Okay, what's our total?
Do we add it?
Yes. because you deposited, now remember, we've got debits and credits. So, you deposited that paycheck in there. So that, of course, is gonna add to that running balance. So add those two together. Hi, Dan.
Hi, Miss Tonya.
What is your total?
I got 1,822 and 54 cents.
That's correct. That's right. So, actually, I've been pleasantly surprised at how well my classes are going, how well the students have responded online. Some students have absolutely excelled being online. Some have struggled a little bit, but I'm really enjoying the one-on-one meets that I'm able to do with the students and give them one-on-one time, where sometimes if we're in person, that time's hard to find. Yeah, it's going very well for my classes. Very
Good friends won't let you make bad decisions. And they'll try to remind you or hold you accountable in some way that does benefit you. Even in the short term, if it seems like, oh, they're nagging me or they're getting down on me, whatever, it goes back to kind of like the friends or the family that we choose. And you really want to surround yourself with people like that, because it will make you happier, it brings joy to your life, and it improves your quality of life.
So, being here at Redbird has been quite the experience already. Being new to an area and trying to find things out about it is difficult at best, but being so removed from a big city, it has been really different for me, but I love it. It is really beautiful. The people have been super nice, and I cannot wait to get the students back in the classroom. So it's tough. It's really tough because even putting faces with names, that they use their pictures on our Google Meets, but it's not like actually seeing them in person. And there's a lot of them that don't even have their picture, they have something else there. So I don't know, if I were to see them walking down the street, I wouldn't know them. So it's a little difficult, but that's one reason why I can't wait to get them back in class. I want to really meet them and connect, because that's part of what I enjoy the most about teaching, is connecting with my students. And you can't really do that on a computer, not the way you should anyway.
We're going to be using that. We're going to go through and review about their reflexive verbs. And I will send a reminder to the other two, just a minute, try to get them on here. I have my Spanish 2 students that I have during period 2. I also have other students during this time, but I meet with them on their individual levels. Like today and Friday it's Spanish 2 classes. Tuesday and Thursday it's a Spanish 1 class. And Wednesday I meet with the Spanish 3 class. Buenos dias, Austin. I need you to find your verb chart because we're going to be reviewing about reflexive verbs. Pronoun is in green there. That goes with yo. May. Okay. So now let's look at number 2. And it says cepillas. It ends with the as. What pronoun used that?
Tay.
Okay, Tay is what we write down for that. Yeah.
We just finished 8th grade math, and we sent some of them home. Once they got the problem correctly, I sent a few of them home, and then stayed online with a few that still needed some help, and we worked a few more problems on the sketchboard. You can see I have a sketchboard here. So the last problem we just did was y. Having trouble now with this. Y plus 17.3 equals negative 65. And there we go again. See, I'm having just a little problem with my mouse here. 65. But that's the only thing. So the addition problem, we want to undo that with subtraction. So minus 17.3. And then when you do that to the left side, you do the same thing on the right side. Yeah, and I'm just having trouble today, even though I 17.3. Make sure you line up your decimals. So y equals 3, 6, 5, carry the 1, 17, 8. So we have 4. Y equals 48 minus 48.3. We're just trying to set that variable by itself.
They're about 7 minutes over, so let's go ahead and get started. If anybody notices Addison come in, Parker come in, or Dawson come in, please let me know. Really, all I want to say is if you've not completed your social studies test, I need that along with any of your activities for the Ancient India unit. And then I also wanted to tell you that in your social studies classroom, there is a new assignment, and we're not going to start the actual unit on Ancient China today, but I do want you to do an IXL assignment on Ancient China today. And that IXL number is 01, so level 01 in 7th grade. Make sure you go to social studies, make sure it says Ancient China. Okay, please don't go to 6th grade or 8th grade. Make sure you're going to 7th grade social studies. And I want you to do 01, and I would like for these to be complete by 3:15 today. Does anybody have any questions on anything that I've just told you? Okay, if not, then I'm going to go ahead and let you go off here, get on IXL, and start working on that. So if I didn't call your name, then you owe me that test. And I will try to have those graded and put back in classroom to return to you this weekend. Okay, if there's no other questions, then everybody have a great weekend, and I will talk to you on Monday, okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye.
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 Bye. Have a good weekend.
All right, you too.
Bye. Have a good weekend.
You too.
That was including in our newsletter and in our website and stuff like a weekly mountain moment, like to spotlight stories, like Appalachian cultural stories, spotlight people from our community, like Elias Collett, who plays the fiddle, and other people like that, and put those in our magazines. What do you guys think about that? Is that something that you guys do you think would be kind of cool to include?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, we could have any of you ever had Appalachian Studies before with Mr. Sizemore?
Welcome to one of our newest projects here at Redbird Christian School, our STEAM program. Our STEAM program is coming out of a need within our community to be able to create skilled workers for employers in our areas that are in need of key areas for skilled workers. We want our students at Redbird to be able to have those opportunities. And not only are we going to be able to do that, but we also want to be able to open up these opportunities to our community. So we introduced STEAM. In the olden days, we would call it vocational technical school. But in the new century, the 21st century, we're talking about science, engineering, technology, math. And what we love is that we add art to it. That art is an opportunity for us to learn the skills, but then also be able to
present them and use them in a way that would enhance our lives and the lives of those around us. We want to take you in and show you the 4 key areas that we want to focus on as we get started. And so come on in and let me show you what our vision is for these rooms. For many of you that are familiar with this building, this used to be the middle school. And what we've decided to do with our STEAM program is repurpose this space to be able to accommodate for 4 major pathways in our STEAM program. This room is going to house our heavy equipment program. The heavy equipment operation pathway, right now the seats are socially distanced, okay? We'll have either a monitor or a smart board set up in the front. Eventually, we'll be able to reduce this to half of the classroom. And what we're excited about is being able to add simulators in the room so that the students can learn how to use different pieces of construction equipment, how to run them in a safe manner, obviously, for the first 2 years of their program. And then after they've proven their proficiency in digital and being able to do it virtually, then they'll be able to get into these vehicles and be able to earn that certification live, obviously. So we're excited about that. We did take a visit to Fairdale School in Louisville and got to see firsthand what some schools are doing in this area. Very impressive and really exciting because the jobs are aplenty in this area, and the employers are just really wanting to have skilled workers, and we want our Redbird students to be a part of that. The second pathway that we want to introduce in this classroom is our cybersecurity and network training certification program. And we're excited about this opportunity. Just look, Miss Beverly writes, we just cleaned out in preparation for this program. We found an Apple IIe computer that we have used. That's so much fun, and Miss Wrights took such good care of it that every single piece of it is available here. But again, this is a representation of how we've got to be able to train our students into the 21st century. So cybersecurity, Mr. Jamie Collett is on staff, and he has gone through his own training to be able to train our students in these areas towards certification. We also have a donor that we're excited about from Auburn University. He has lent his knowledge and training for us as well. So this feeling of partnership is so important, and it's such an honor for us to be growing these partnerships and to be able to network with people who care enough about our students and our community that they're willing to give in these ways, and we are so thankful for it. All right, this classroom is going to be set aside and set up for allied health sciences. We specifically want to start with certification, being able to certify our students as patient care technicians and as medical administrative assistants and dental assistants. We're working hard to start that program. And while the classroom is wonderful and the seats are wonderful, there's a lot missing here, because a big part of the program is skill building. And they really do start this 3-year program right off the gates with skill building. We spent some time at the Center for Innovation in Laurel County and spoken with Tammy Jones, one of their instructors. She gave us some really good feedback, some really good advice on not waiting for those skills, but really infusing that skill building throughout the entire 3-year program. And we're excited about it. So we want to be able to turn this classroom into a clinical medical classroom where we have a couple of hospital beds, that we have the supplies
and the tools that our students are going to need to be able to practice what they're learning. And we're so excited about the opportunity to do that. Our fourth pathway is centered around small business and the opportunity for our community folks, our students, to be able to enter into a small business entrepreneurial kind of experience. And one of the key ways we are excited about is through additive manufacturing, 3D printing. We've had a good relationship started with Somerset Community College, and they've trained some of our staff on being a trainer in this area. We're excited to grow this program. We're going to be starting off right now this semester with teaching our students about the basics. We don't have any 3D printers yet, but we're on our way to being, that's what we need, and be able to give our students the opportunities to work not just with plastic, but with resin, with metal, and really be able to get them to think innovatively about problem solving and ways that they can problem solve through the use of a 3D printer to create something that's of need. And that's been so exciting to watch students do that, and we want to be able to provide our students those same opportunities here at Redbird.
Okay.
We're still in the art room because we want to make sure we also spotlight the art, the traditional arts that we have here in Appalachia, and that we don't want to lose those skills, and give our students those opportunities to extend that skill while also going into other opportunities, which again, that innovative, that creativity, really instilling that in our students and giving them opportunities to think and grow and problem solve. We have in the back of this art area, we have kilns that haven't been used in a couple of years. We want to be able to bring those back together again. We've got kilns, the use of ceramic molds that were donated, that we want to be able to bring that back together to our students, bring those skills back to our students. And so we're very excited, again, about taking small business, innovative problem solving, and traditional arts, and putting them together for the benefit of our students and the benefit of our community.